The competency in this lesson is convert between metric units of area and volume. This is our metric converter. The metric unit for length is meter. 1 kilometer equals 10 hectometers. 1 hectometer equals 10 decameters. 1 decameter equals 10 meters. 1 meter equals 10 decimeters. 1 decimeter equals 10 centimeters. And 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters. How about if they are not consecutive? For example, 1 kilometer equals how many meters? So from kilometer to meter, we have 1, 2, 3. 3 places. So that's 10, 100, 1000. So 1 kilometer equals 1000 meters. How about from meter to centimeter? Meter is here, centimeter is here. So that's 1, 2 places. So that's 10, 100. So 1 meter is 100 centimeters. If we are going to square these metric units of length, we will get metric units of area. For example, m squared. And if we are going to raise these metric units of length to the third power, we will have metric units of volume. How are we going to use this metric converter in converting between metric units of area and volume? Example number 1. 4 kilometers squared equals how many meters squared? We are going to multiply 4 kilometers squared, the measurement that we are going to convert, by a conversion ratio. And we are going to create a fraction that shows kilometers squared on the denominator for us to cancel out kilometers squared. And that's 1000 meters over 1 kilometer. Then we square this conversion ratio. So this exponent 2 is for both the numerator and the denominator. So that means we have 4 kilometers squared times 1000 meters squared over 1 kilometer squared. Now this kilometer squared cancels out, so that means 4 times 1000 meter squared. So squaring 1000 will give us 1 million, and it has 6 zeros. So our answer is 4 million. Example number 2. 6.8 meters squared equals how many centimeters squared? Again, we are going to multiply 6.8 meters squared by a conversion ratio. We are going to make a fraction that shows meters squared on the denominator. From our metric converter, 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. So we have 100 centimeter over 1 meter. And then we're going to square this conversion ratio. This exponent 2 is for both the numerator and the denominator. So that's 6.8 meters squared times 100 cm squared over 1 meter squared. So meter squared cancels out. So we have 6.8 times 100 cm squared over 1. And when we square 100, it becomes 10,000. So that has 4 zeros. So we are going to move our decimal point 4 places to the right. And that becomes 68,000. Example number 3. 3,000 millimeters squared equals how many centimeters squared? Again, we are going to multiply 3000 millimeters squared by a conversion ratio, and from our metric converter, 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters. So we are going to make a fraction that shows millimeter on the denominator, and that's 1 cm over 10 millimeter. Then we are going to square this conversion ratio. This exponent 2 is for both the numerator and the denominator. So we have 3000 millimeters squared times 1 cm squared over 10 millimeter squared. Now millimeter squared cancels out, so we have 3000 times 1 centimeter squared divided by 10 squared, and 10 squared is 100, so 3000 divided by 100 is just 30. Example number 4. 45 meter cube equals how many millimeter cube? Let us remember that aside from liter, we also have metric units of length to the power of 3 as additional metric units for volume. We are going to multiply 45 m cubed by a conversion ratio, and from our metric converter, 1 meter equals 1000 millimeters, and we are going to make a fraction that shows meter cube on the denominator for us to cancel out meter cube. So that's 1000 millimeter over 1 meter. Then we are going to raise this ratio to the third power. And this exponent 3 is for both the numerator and the denominator. So we have 45 meter cube times 1000 millimeter cube over 1 meter cube. So this meter cube cancels out. So that's 45 times 1000 millimeter then cube. So if we are going to raise 1000 to the third power, it has 9 zeros. So that means our answer is 45 billion. Example number 5. 25,000 centimeter cube equals how many meter cube? Again, we are going to multiply 25,000 centimeter cube by a conversion ratio. And from our metric converter, 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. We are going to make a fraction that shows centimeter cube on the denominator for us to cancel out centimeter cube. And that's 1 m over 100 cm. Then we will raise it to the third power. So this exponent 3 is for both the numerator and the denominator. So we have 25,000 centimeter cube times 1 meter cube over 100 centimeters cube. So centimeter cube cancels out. So that means 25,000 times 1 meter cube divided by 100 cube. And if we are going to raise 100 to the third power, it has 6 zeros. So that means we are going to move our decimal point 6 places to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 more 0. And this is our answer, 0.025. Now, your turn. Convert the following to the indicated unit. You can pause the video and work on these 4 items. Number 1, 1.2 kilometers squared equals how many meters squared? Number 2, 6 million millimeter cube equals how many meter cube? Number 3, 23 centimeter cube equals how many millimeter cube? And number 4, 84,000 centimeters squared equals how many meters squared? Now, I'll show you the answer. Number 1, the answer is 1,200,000. Number 2, the answer is 0.006. And number 3, the answer is 23,000. And for number 4, it's 8.4. Did you get the 4 items right? I hope you did. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Teacher Rejil. Keep safe.